In a previous video, we talked about using drawing codes in the field to fit curves to an alignment, in this case an edge of pavement. And so in the field we said point 10,020 was the beginning of a curve, and we used a BC drawing code in a note to say that's the beginning. And then in that video we showed you that we could make 10,023 the end of curve, or we could actually come up and do a reverse curve at 10,024. At which point we go into a counterclockwise curve to 1027. And in both cases, because we coded it this way in the field using the drawing codes, Traverse BC computed a curve fit for us automatically and drew those curves. Now, we showed you in that video that I turned drawing codes on in the drawing view, and in the settings, I went into drawing codes and told it what delimiter I wanted to use, and this is what we're going to look at here in this video. I said I also want to allow codes in point descriptions. Now that's important because maybe your data collector doesn't allow you to put a note in. Maybe the only option you have is to put something in the description. Well, you can put these same codes in the description as well as the notes, and that's what I'm going to show you. So here is BC. I could have had EC here if I wanted to leave a tangent between 1023 and 1024. In this case, I just said BC for a reverse curve, and then I added the curve at 1027. Let's show you what that would look like if we put these in the descriptions now. So I'm going to switch to a drawing that has the descriptions because I'm using a traverse that has the codes in the description. So I just named the drawing to fit the traverse because I'm going to put the codes in the description here. So here are those same points. I duplicated them, so I'm not using the exact same survey points, but it's the same configuration. So I'm going to go into 10,020, and in the description, I'm going to say .bc, and I'll put caps in there. Now, I've already got this drawing turned on drawing codes, so I'm going to tell it to use drawing codes when I enter them. Let's come down now to 1023, and I'm going to say .ec, enter. So now as soon as I come back and recompute this, Traverse BC computes the curve from 10,020 to 10,023. If I had done this coding in the field and imported this data, I would have seen this right off the bat. Would have put those curves in there without me recomputing. And Traverse BC computes the radiuses and throws them into the traverse view. Now, we also said we wanted 1024 to be a beginning of a curve also. So let's tell Traverse BC that in that description, we'll put a .bc, and in 1027, we're going to put a .ec. And the next time we recompute, Traverse BC computes those curves, and away we go. Now, when we put these into notes, Traverse BC plays by the rules that a beginning command, like begin curve, affects the next point. An end command, like ending a curve, affects the previous point. So that's why these notes are positioned above and below those points respectively. When we put them in descriptions, Traverse BC says, I'm going to begin a curve at the point I'm in, 1020. I'm going to end a curve at the point I'm in, 10,023. This now creates the configuration with the tangent between 10,023 and 10,024. If I wanted to bring the curve all the way up to 1024 and then do a reverse curve, I just would have not included that code in the field. So let's get rid of that. Press enter, and let's come back and do a recompute. And now we see that Traverse BC has computed a new radius, 12,091, because I've got one additional point in there. And it extends that radius all the way down to 1024, which is my reverse curve. Right now I'll pick up that minus 671 feet as a counterclockwise curve up to point 10,027. So in the previous video, we did this with drawing codes in the notes, and there's a note point type. In this video, we did the same thing by having drawing codes in the description. And whether you use notes or descriptions depends on what your data collector supports in the field. Either way, I do this coding in the field, and when I bring it into Traverse BC, it fits those curves automatically like you're seeing here.